Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. Like, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell they daddy to tell a friend. Like, period. You know, bring all the sis out. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm just going to be doing my everyday look whenever I decide to beat my face. I'm not a makeup artist or anything like that, but I just wanted to share my tips and tricks and the products that I use. So if you're interested in this look, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and comment down below if you're feeling this look. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I go ahead and I prep my face. Like, for instance, I went ahead and I washed my face. I use my moisturizer. The moisturizer that I use is by Pond's, and I also use their cream makeup remover. So I go ahead and wash my face, put on my moisturizer, and the only thing that I have on my lips is the Elfie. I have the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss, and this is champagne glam. So this is the only thing that I have on my lips right now, just to give me some of that moisture, and then, you know, to have that plumping activation going while I'm doing my makeup. I honestly, like, really don't even need it, but just me being extra and wanting to have a little bit more juicy lips, I'll go ahead and I do it. So right now I'm just brushing my brow hairs up. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss in dark brown. I'm not even gonna use this. I'm just using the spoolie. I actually used all of the brow pencil, so there's no more in here. I need to actually go buy another one, but I only use this brow pencil whenever I want more of a more natural brow versus a more bold and dramatic one like I'm going to be doing today. But I just still like the spoolie on this one. Like, I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-ended angle brush slash spoolie, but for some reason I just like this spoolie a little bit more. So first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to outline my brows, and I use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is in the number 400 Caramel, and I'm going to line the bottom of my brows with that. And then I just have this little makeup brush. I can't tell you the name of the brand because it's a no brand makeup brush, and I got it a long time ago. So yeah. So I go ahead and I line my brows first with that concealer, and then to avoid like any harsh lines, I go ahead and like smooth it out with the Real Techniques brush. This is the Expert Concealer brush. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you have watched many other YouTubers online, and you know that Real Technique brushes are the truth. Like, they're the truth, and they're so inexpensive. So I'm literally just taking concealer off of the top of the brush. I'm not dipping it in because I don't want a lot. I just want enough on my brush. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Down Pomade, and this is in Ebony. And like I said, I'm gonna use that dual angled brush. I go ahead and I dip it into the pomade, and then I always have like a little towelette on my counter or my table wherever I'm doing my makeup, and I like to dab the excess off because I noticed that when I don't do that, it doesn't give me that crispiness that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. That's that. And then just to finish off my brows, I am now going to clean up the top portion, and it's just going to give me that ultimate finish look. Back in the day, I didn't used to do it, and I felt like, oh, that's doing too much. Like, they don't need to put, like, you know how like some girls would put concealer on the top of their brows and it would just be like, so boom, I just did my brows. I didn't like that look. So I was like, I don't need to do that. I can just conceal the bottom and then, you know, move into my foundation portion. But then I felt like I was looking so bright here and then so dull on top. I was like, nah, I need to like clean up the top portion of my brows too. It just gives me that finish that I like. So instead of using my concealer so that I don't look so bright, like boom, I'm bright, I am going to take a little bit of my foundation, and I literally just take a little bit out of the cap so that way I know that I'm not using too much. And then if I have excess, then I'll just wipe it on my little paper right here. But I'm gonna clean up the top of my brow too. So, and then sometimes I just put the excess on my forehead and then dip from there and then just make a line. So I'm literally just outlining my brow. It gives me the chance to like clean it up on top. If I made my brow just like a little bit too big, I can like make it smaller. I can clean up my tail, whatever the case may be for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move right into my foundation routine. So the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is prime my face, and I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in my T-zone area where I get oily. And then next I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my foundation. So there are two foundation colors that I use that I feel like complement my skin. It's going to be the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, a super affordable, inexpensive, and great foundation. I highly recommend it. I'm going to be using the 355 Coconut on like the lighter areas of my face, and then I'm going to go in with the 360, which is Mocha, and use it along the perimeter of my face where I am more a little bit darker. So that's the foundation that I use, and those are the two colors that I use. So with that being said, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. And I'm going to blend this out. I know that a lot of people don't like to use the beauty blender to blend out their concealer because they say that it absorbs too much product. But honestly, I feel like it gives me more like an airbrushy skin finish than using a brush. And I know I look crazy right now, but I promise this all comes together. And then that's that. All right, so after I blend out with my foundation with my beauty blender, I'm now gonna go in with my concealers. So the first concealer that I'm gonna go back to is the Caramel by L'Oreal, the infallible one. And also this is the other brush that I use sometimes to apply my foundation. It is a good brush to apply foundation. Like this is the Instapop face brush. So it is good to apply the foundation, but I feel like my little crevices, like I can blend them out much better with the beauty blender. Because I don't like to have any type of streaky marks, and I feel like if I use this and I still end up going back in with the beauty blender to fix those areas. So I just be like, how about we kill two birds with one stone and just blend it all out with the beauty blender. All right, and that's that. Okay, so with the L'Oreal concealer, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face, or conceal underneath my eye, because I'm going to highlight even more with the second concealer. So I like to conceal my face. Like I like to be bright, you know, like in certain areas. Certain areas I like to be bright. Okay, honey? Okay. So now I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender and I'm going to blend this out. And then I like to take the butt. That's why I love the beauty blender so much, because I like to take the butt of the beauty blender and bounce out these harsh lines. Like, it just does so good. Next, I'm going to take my, what brush is this? I'm going to take the Expert Concealer brush again, and I'm going to clean up the inner corners of my eye. So that way there's like no type of separation as far as like where the concealer is starting and stopping. Now, another thing that I do is I do go back in with my foundation, and I'm going to extend some concealer onto my lid, because like when I close my eye, as you can see here, like all of this is concealed, and then you have like this darkness. Not darkness, but the difference of color, because obviously I've concealed lighter than my skin color for my brows. So I am going to go in with my concealer to kind of like connect the dots and give it more of like a gradient effect, because I am going to go in with some powder. So I am going to just pop this on my lid, and it works well for me. Like, I haven't seen anybody do this really. I've always seen people like conceal from the brow down to the lid, but I don't feel like it's necessary for me because I don't really wear eyeshadow like that. So I don't need a lighter base for myself, if that makes sense. I can go in with something that's closer to my skin color and give me more of a gradient effect, but still complete my makeup look without it looking crazy or anything like that. So as you can see, it like completes my makeup look, but I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but I like it. So that's period, okay? The next thing I'm gonna go in is with my powders. The powder that I use is a combination of two. So the first powder that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the color 15, which is light. And then I also go in with my Sacha Buttercup, okay, setting powder. So what I do is I actually take a little bit of each powder and I mix it together. The Maybelline setting powder gives me a peachy, has like a peachy undertone to it. So if I apply that directly to my face, I don't like how I look. I feel like I end up looking like dusty. So it doesn't compliment me at all. But the Sacha Buttercup has that yellow undertone that I have. So it matches my skin better. The reason why that I mixed the two is because I like Sacha Buttercup, but then within a certain period of the day, I start getting oily in my T-zone area. With the Maybelline, I be matte or whatever, but I don't like the color that it gives me. So I use the two together and it works well for me. So I'm just gonna go back in with my beauty blender. And once I mix the two together, I have my little concoction right here. Ooh. I have my little concoction right there. You really can't see it, and I'm not trying to spill it. But yeah, it's two powders, those two powders mixed together. So I take a little bit of that and I am going to apply it to the areas that I conceal. And I'm not a baking type of person because once again, I don't like to look ashy. So I'm literally just like pressing it into my skin. Pressing it into my skin, and then I take a little bit. See, like right now I'm looking like, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take a little bit on my brush and I'm going to go under my eye where I apply the concealer and the foundation, so that way this can stay put. And then whatever left I kind of have on my beauty blender, I go in and I like tap it on my brows just to make sure that my brows stay into place. And I'm going to wisp away any excess that may be on my face with this little brush right here. And don't worry, I'm gonna like tone this down just a tad bit. And actually I missed a step, like, okay, so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the color Pecan. So after I apply the caramel, then I go in with the pecan just to brighten me up a little bit more. But my mind went elsewhere and I started reaching for the powders before I reached for my second concealer, and I've already applied my powders. So I'm not going to be doing that today in this video, but I'll come back with another one and I will show you what I do. I am now going to go in with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the color 355. So that's the coconut as well. And let me just say this real quick. This is not a sponsored video by Maybelline. I just happen to really like their products. So just an FYI, this is not a sponsored Maybelline video. This is not a sponsored drugstore video or none of that. I just happen to really like their products. And I will even tell you why I've been going like drugstore route versus high-end route nowadays, because I used to be that person that always bought high-end products. Like I had so many MAC products. I was always in Sephora. Like it was like OD. Like at that time it was either Sephora or MAC, and I really didn't shop at Ulta like that. So I remember one day I had ran out of everything. Do you hear me? Everything. I ran out of my brow product. I ran out of my foundation. I ran out of my powder. I ran out of my MAC Fix Plus. So I was always using Anastasia Beverly Hills for my brows, and then I was using like my foundation, my powders, the Fix Plus. All of that was from MAC. What else did I run out of? I think, oh, and I ran out of my concealer because I still use it from time to time, but the Prolonged Wear Concealer by MAC. So I had all of those products. And I remember one day, like I ran out of everything like at the same time. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to go pick up some more products. So I'm going through my stuff like, what do I need to get? And it was like one thing after another after another. So I started calculating it in my head, and I'm like, I'm about to spend like $200 $200-300 on makeup. Like, you know, when you buying one thing at a time, like, okay, well, I'm gonna pay for this $20 concealer right now because it's gonna last me a while. And then, you know, I go back again and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay for this $25, $30 foundation or powder, and it's gonna last me all the time. So, you know, I'm breaking off a little 20, a little 30 here and there. But then when I had to go buy it all together, I was like, hold up, like, what? Like, you really about to spend, and you have been, it was like a reality check for me. Like, you really been spending like all this money on freaking makeup. Sorry, y'all, I've been like patting my face for a minute now, but I'll try to like make sure that I'm blended. So that's what, this is another thing that I like to use this brush for, is to apply my powder. And I think it's because it has like an angleness to it. It like helps to pull down and like blend from one color to the next, if that makes sense. So I really like to use that brush for that. And then it has enough density for me and everything. So yeah, so that's that. And that's what I use on the rest of my face or whatever. So yeah, so I was like, yo, this cannot be life. Like, I cannot be spending like all of this money on makeup products just to put my face together in the morning. So I was like, you know what, I need to like double back. So at that point, like, I bought some stuff that was high end, and then I bought some stuff that was drugstore. So it was like a little mixiana, you know what I'm saying? So like, I've always liked the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the down pomade for my brows. So I went ahead and I got that. I went ahead and I bought the powder from MAC, and then I went and I found like some drugstore foundation, drugstore concealer. So I had went with like Maybelline. I've always used like Maybelline foundations that are drugstore, and then I was using like the LA Pro Longwear concealer, so that way, you know, I could just like balance myself out a little bit. And then I started shopping around that time. I started shopping at Ulta, because at first I would go from like one store to the next, Walgreens, CVS, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, damn, I'm hopping around from store to store too much. So then that's when I really started to get on the Ulta wave, because I wasn't rocking with Ulta. I was a Sephora and a MAC girl. So once I transferred over to Ulta, I was like, okay, this is great, because I can really like get all of my drugstore stuff, you know, and then some of my high-end makeup all in one stop. So yeah, that was just that, because I was like, that's entirely way too much money that I'm spending on makeup. Like, that's crazy. So now that I went ahead and I powdered my face, I like to go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. If y'all have not tried this setting spray, it is life, okay, honey? But halfway through my makeup, I like to go in and I like to seal the deal. So I just do a little 1-2. And I actually need to go get some more because I'm starting to run out. So I go ahead and I do a little 1-2. Like, when I use powder products, like, it's so important to have a good setting spray, because when you use powder products, you do not want to walk around looking like a bag of powder. Like, you want that to melt into your face and come together, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I go ahead and I do that real quick, and it starts like sucking me in. So like I said, to give me like that gradient effect from like dark to light, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna pop a little bit in my crease just to give me a little bit of definition. But yeah, so back to like high-end versus drugstore. Like, that's how I got into being more on the drugstore side than the high-end side. Cause to be honest with you, like, I don't wear like colored eyeshadow like I used to back in the day, but I don't do that no more. I'm always like a neutral type of face. I still kind of do a lot, but I'm like a neutral type of face. And this is the Morphe brush M441 that I'm using to apply this to my face. Okay, so yes, so I popped that in my crease a little bit. That's what I do as far as the blunt blush. And then now I'm going to go in and contour the rest of my face. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for a new powder to contour my face with. Like at this point, I'm kind of like overusing the blunt blush by MAC as a contour. That's like kind of like really old. But drop down in the comments below a good powder contour that you use. Yeah, drop it down below. Like, what's your contour routine? What is something that I need to get my hands on? Especially if you're my color. Like, let me know, sis. And drop down in the comments below and let me know which one do you prefer more. Do you prefer like high-end makeup more? You know, are you Sephora, MAC, all day, every day, nothing less? Or are you like an Ulta girl where you're like dabbing between high-end and drugstore? Or are you just strictly a drugstore girl? Like, let me know in the comments below. I'm a little mixiana, like I like a little bit of both, but I definitely have, right now at this point, I definitely have more drugstore products in my routine than I do have high-end. So let me know what your thoughts are, and guess what? My pockets love it, okay? So I'm going to take that blunt brush again on the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to contour my nose. And when I contour, I start from the inner portion of my eye and I drag it downward. I don't like to have like a harsh contour on my nose, but I do like to have a little, you know, a little snatchiana. So, and I use very little because I have been that girl that's like, okay girl, we see that you contoured your nose, like calm down. And then sometimes I go back in with my powder and to kind of like soften it a little bit. So now I'm going to set my face. So I'm going, this is the MAC bottle, the mini Fix Plus bottle, but inside of here is, sorry if I'm saying his name incorrectly, but the Mario Boussard, Mario B, okay, from Ulta. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just took it out of the original bottle that it comes in and I put it in my mini Fix Plus bottle because I love the way that this bottle spreads the product over your face versus the one that this product comes in. So I love Max Fix Plus, and then I also love the Mario. So I ran out of, you know, the little mini Fix Plus that I had whenever I was on the go, so I just poured some Mario B in here, face spray. But I love the way that this type of bottle distributes the product onto my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. it just sprays it so nicely. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna apply my highlighter. So the highlighter that I'm gonna be using is by Fenty Beauty. Ooh. Fenty Beauty, and it is the Kilowatt Trophy Wife. So I literally just dab and knock off the excess, because you can really be out here shining, okay? And I'm just gonna apply that to my face. And then sometimes I may go back into like my blush a little bit, just to like really connect the dots. Yeah, that's it. And now I'm going to use my mascara. And I apply like a couple of coats because I do like for it to be a little janky, if that makes sense. Like, I do like for it to look a little crazy. Okay, and that's that. So the first one that I am going to apply to my lips is the NYX pencil, and this is in dark brown. This is actually the eye pencil, but I like the dark brown eye pencil more than I like the espresso lip pencil. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but one is more of a lighter brown and the other one is obviously a darker brown. So I'm going to be using this one right here. No more of the darker one that's really for your eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and just line my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the MAC lip glass, and this is see-through. This is like my favorite lip gloss ever. And sometimes, like right now, I'm just kind of doing like an all glossy look. Like I'm a glossy girl versus matte. The only time I really like matte is when I'm wearing red lipstick. But other than that, you can miss me with it. But I do tend to use like a nude lipstick first and then apply my see-through on top. And it gives me a really nice finish. But like I said, I'm just doing strictly gloss today, so you just want to make sure that, you know, your lips are blended too. Straight gloss today. So remember at the top of the video, I started off with the e.l.f. lip plumping, and then I just lined my lips with the NYX eyeliner pencil in dark brown, and then I topped it off with my MAC lip glass and see-through. So sometimes when I can't, like when I'm out and about and I don't have time to like redo my whole lip combination as far as like the lip liner and the two glosses, but I need to put something on my lips so that way I'm not looking ashy on my lips, I love the MAC lip gloss, okay? So I love this lip gloss, like, period. Like, period. Like, I know some people like, oh girl, you could just go pick up a lip gloss from the beauty supply store. Been there, done that 1,002 times. Like, been there, done that. But the reason why I like the lip gloss and I will spend my dollar on this lip gloss is because the formula is nice and thick. So it goes on nice and smooth. The formula is thick, and I do not have to keep reapplying my lip gloss a trillion times a day. And that's what I find myself doing whenever I pick up a little lip gloss from the beauty supply store. Yes, the price is nice, but the formula is not good for me. So this is my holy grail lip gloss, and I actually have two. Like, I keep one in the house and I keep one on the go. But yeah, this is my holy grail. Okay, so yeah, so that's that. This is the finished look. This is my everyday on the go look. Yeah, so let me know if you're digging it. Let me know if you want me to make another video. I feel like my lighting is just like all janky, so I'm gonna try and do another video with this routine. Yeah, this is it. So next is gonna be hair and throwing some clothes, and it's a look. Where are we going? To the grocery store. We're going to go get something to eat. Like, we're gonna go pick up the baby from school. Like, where are we going? So yeah, so that's that. Let me know how you're feeling it. Okay, let me know if you're digging it. Comment down below and let me know like what videos you're looking for, what's to come next. Like, let me know, like, talk to me, okay? But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you haven't already, make sure you click that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this video. I'll see you babies next time. Love you.